doesn't look like Dustin Poirier versus Nate Diaz is going to happen, according to Dana White. He was pushed or pressed about this at the press conference. One of the guys there kind of asked him what the update was because last we talked about it on here was last we've heard, and that's that Nate Diaz requested his release, which
Yeah.
we didn't really take seriously on face value, and I don't think most did, but it at least maybe showed a little bit of frustration, perhaps.
Yeah.
Um, but Dana said they were moving in a different direction for. He was talking specifically for Dustin, but that they met with Nate last week. So, my question for you, Dominic, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain does that announcement do for you? Because I feel like you were even more excited for this potential matchup than I was.
Yeah, I just think it's a complete miss. I don't understand the reasoning and why it was so hard to come to terms. Nate's still a megastar, and I understand that there's another big fight. But I just think when you have two guys chomping at the bit to fight each other, they've been booked before. Dustin's elevated his name so much since the first time that they were supposed to fight. I think it was massive. It's so fan friendly. It's a 5 round main event that you could do on a pay per view, in my opinion, but definitely a 5 round co main event. And they just didn't do it. So I don't know what's going to happen for Dustin. I don't know what's going to happen for Nate, but I know you and I discussed something for Nate off recording.
So, scale of 1 to 10
Oh,
being
I guess I didn't answer that. I do that sometimes, don't I? Scale 1 to 10, how much pain? 10 being like I just snapped my leg in half.
10 being like you hit the back of your ankle with the
Oh, with a
scooter.
scooter.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to be a 9 because there's nothing quite like that pain right there. I got to be at
Or
a 9. I
stubbing
think
your toe or something.
stubbing.
Like,
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm at a stub the toe, not a scooter to the ankle, but a stub to the toe. Yeah.
oof. God. I'm just like, I don't like thinking about this. This stuff hurts, man. Um, yeah. Yeah. This sucks. I mean, this really sucks. Like,
Yeah.
and if anything, like, this is kind of bullshit. Like, kind of. I mean, don't get
I
me
don't
wrong. We're
get it.
spoiled. I get it. We get all these big fights. Boxing deals with this all the time. They go 8 plus years. I remember Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao was talked about for a damn decade before it
Yeah.
happened. But if you're gonna pride yourself, if you're Dana and the boys, I'm gonna keep coining that term there.
Yes.
If you're Dana and the boys and you keep priding yourself on giving the fans the fights they want to see, then damn it, you better keep doing it. And
Yeah.
here, this just feels like politics is getting in the way.
Yeah.
What else is getting in the way here? I mean, obviously, it's probably something to do with pay. I don't see what else. Nate's contract has got to be the thing that's holding this
Yes.
thing up.
Yes.
Nate probably is done, basically. Probably just wants to get his last fight over with and then move on. UFC don't want to give him a favorable fight to send him out on. That's why they were teasing a Hamzat Chimaev fight, even though I wasn't as negative on that potential fight as some people were. They if Nate's not going to resign, they're going to look to put him up with someone who will make that person look very good.
Yeah.
And that's an unfortunate part of the business, but it's kind of like when you think about it, it kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but as a fan, we don't. Yes, like me and you are both in business, right? We both study business. We're businessmen. We're a businessman. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
But so we kind of get it a little bit when these things happen, probably more than the average fan does. But it still don't like it. Like I don't like when these
Yeah.
kind of things get in the way of a good thing. These two wanted to fight, and the UFC just didn't make it happen. And that's the way I'm looking at it right now. So it's disappointing. However, maybe even the big if the Nate is like adamant about his last fight, maybe, and I'm not saying that that's the case, but Nate has kind of said that on Twitter that like he just wants to get his last fight over with. They're probably wanting to do him and Conor the trilogy. It's ultimately a bigger fight than him and Nate. My question for you, Dominic, is that a fight that which fight do you prefer to see? If you can only get one, do you prefer Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier or the trilogy between Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor?
Damn. That's actually a really good question. We've never actually asked that
I
question.
know.
I'm shocked we haven't actually discussed that before. Which one would I rather see? I guess I probably would still pick him and Conor, I suppose. Even though we've talked time and time again off recording about how this is such a blunder that we've had to wait what will be, say it happens this year when they fought in 2016, be 6 years. That's fucking nuts. 6 years
Well,
since they fought.
the first two fights happened in 2016.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. If they run that trilogy this year, it'd be that long. But it's one apiece. It's been one that it's almost becoming an afterthought to where I don't even know if people, I think people still want it, but they forget that they want it because it's been so long. But as soon as a discussion will come up on like Twitter again, then we're like, oh yeah, we do need to see that fight a third time. So I'll probably still go with Conor and Nate just because of how massive the first two were. This one won't be as massive as what it could have been at one point in time. I'll give it that, but it's still probably the biggest fight the UFC can do right now, with all names considered, I'd say.
Yeah, I will agree with you, and I'm not going to say any different, or else that guy that comments very angry.
Right.
Nate's the A side, I swear, bro. I swear.
Right.
I don't want that guy coming after me again.
It might have actually been Nate because I think the name was Nate Diaz. I don't know. Could be a burner.
I know, it's true. Yeah, I think it was Nate Diaz himself coming after us.
Right.
Right. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to say, okay. In all seriousness, like that is probably the fight I would pick. There is a lot of interest with Nate and Dustin. It just feels, it feels like just a fresh fight. You know, there's something to that.
Yeah.
But it'd just be really a shame if we never got a trilogy between Nate and Conor. I mean, that's the defining trilogy of their careers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird because Conor has a trilogy and it's with Dustin Poirier, but this is the trilogy that really would define his career, and ultimately, like, it's one of the biggest trilogies the UFC's ever done, if not the biggest. So, I mean, it's a lot of history there. Like, let's do it. Let's get this thing done.
Yeah, I'm sick of waiting around and all the crap that's going on.
I mean, it's going to be over a year since the last time Nate fought. He last fought Leon Edwards. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Anyway.
Crazy.